I'm in the biology and
I
wellness
got the
science.
bottom.
So after that, like
At the
I
top.
applied for PhD in Japan, like
So what was this?
by meeting
So
professors. So I came across like
one for
one
friends.
professor
One for
at Kyoto University.
this is all for
So with him, my research interest like matches. So that's why I
four for students.
sought after him, and like he accepted my
That's
proposal, and like he even took recommendation about from a
five.
professor here in my university. So that's how we got in touch and
And Sunday we got
applied for Max scholarship as well. But due to some unfortunate events, I could not like my application was not so strong enough, and I know that. So the thing right now is that I don't have any funding to go to Japan and Kyoto University. So that's what I'm struggling with right now.
Yeah, yeah. So my question to you is, what are you looking for a solution here? Like, um, what kind of suggestion you are looking from me here? I was bit confused actually from your emails. Like, you were not able to get a scholarship, so I understand that
Yeah.
part. But what type of a suggestion are you looking for me? Like, which you are unable to find it out?
I know what I said.
Uh,
Five.
I was thinking about if you could suggest me about some scholarship which you might have any idea about, or like yeah, if you could tell me about some other places as well where I should apply, where the chances of getting the scholarship is high, not just in Japan but other Asian countries or elsewhere in the world, where like it would be like it wouldn't be so much of a problem to get a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
Okay,
hoping for that kind of an answer from you.
okay, okay, got it. So
Five.
one thing, Khalid, I will tell you is, let me ask you this question. You said you are very interested in doing PhD and something like things like that. But do you know what's your plan after PhD?
After PhD, sir, my topic of interest is primatology till now. So I intend to work more on primates. After PhD, if
What's
possible, I
seven?
want to go for
Seven.
postdocs. And
Seven in the
Hmm.
if I come
grade.
back to India,
Five,
like
six, eight, nine, 10,
even my
11.
supervisor here works on primates, so we
11.
can work more on primates here. Right now, I don't have any concrete plan of that right now, but I want to work in this field of studies.
Hmm. Okay. So Khalid, I don't know how much I can help you here, but so here's the one thing. I don't have much information about Japan because I did not do my studies from Japan, but my wife went to did her PhD from Japan, and she was on Max scholarship actually. So she did that. That's all I know about Japan in general. But if you ask me, as far as you already have a master's degree or something, let me ask you, why did you ever thought of going to US or Canada, or that was off for your chart, and what was the reason?
Uh, the
Five
reason I always wanted to go to Japan,
minus
I'm even taking Japanese classes. So from the past few years, so the place like interests me a lot. And
but
my first option,
my question here is, if you're not able to get in a scholarship, what are you going to do then?
yeah, that's the
I
thing.
know, that's your interest is, but what was your plan B?
Plan B, like sir, I applied for two, three scholarships, but I got rejected.
Where?
Yeah, one for Max and one for Honjo scholarship. It's still in Japan.
No, no,
And
that's not plan B. That's you're applying for scholarships. But my question here is, what was your plan B when
I
you
had no
were
plan
applying?
B. I had no plan B.
And you have already done your masters, right? In 2018
Yeah,
or what?
2019.
2019. So it's been 2 years now.
Yeah,
And so what you were doing in last 2 years then?
last 2 years, like I've been working here as a part-time in a part-time job here as an artist.
Hmm. Okay. So, as I told you, I have less idea about Japan, so I can't tell you much. But all I can suggest you is, I don't know why you did not had plan B or something, but did you give a gate exam or something, or that's also was not there?
No, 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 no.
Hmm. I mean, at this point of college, my only suggestion to you would be is I don't know how determined you are to go to Japan or how much you want to pursue. Um, there could be two options in my opinion for you. One is you go to Japan, get a loan, go to Japan, and try to get a scholarship there. If that is a possibility, I don't know what happens to that situation. I have no less idea. But my feeling is for you to come to US in a scholarship as a PhD program is much higher than getting a scholarship and getting admit in Japan, in my opinion. Honestly, I don't know the reasons of you not pursuing that because you speak to any student, as you know, the first option for them is go to US or Canada, then Japan. And the reason is very simple. There are two reasons behind that. One is what you're going to do after you graduate. I don't know how many options you will have in Japan, but in US, I know for sure that every student who comes here gets a job and have a career out of it. That's number one. Biggest reason for you to come to US or Canada or go to some other English speaking countries. I have lived in Japan. I have worked in Japan, but uh, I don't know what is your thought behind it. As I told you, my wife has did her PhD in Japan. She has stayed there for 5 years. I spent my time in Japan. I still think that if you want to have a nice career out of yourself, US is a better place. You can have your personal reasons, that's a separate thing, or your emotional reasons, that's a separate thing. But as far as professional suggestion is concerned, I would definitely say anybody for anyone, US is the better place to do your higher studies. Again, I don't know what's your situation and how determined you are to go to Japan, how long you want to pursue it, because it's been 2 years, you are already out of school. That is not going to play very well with any university or any professor. What are you going to tell them what you did, right? But my hope is for you to get into a okay school, not a best schools, but okay schools in US for a PhD program with a scholarship is relatively much higher. I would also tell you another aspect of it. It also seems to me that you have been pursuing this or chasing, I would use that word, chasing your dream. If it doesn't work
Yes.
out, leave it. Okay, it's not a problem, because as I told you, you have been already spending so much time, and with COVID and everything, the chaos that is out there right now, there are many other uncertainties that are going to play a role. I i i, I strongly recommend to anyone who chase their dream forever and lose their career. I would hate that. Start something different, something new. That's what I said. Did you have to look at gate? Have you looked at something else? But looks like you are chasing this dream. Maybe what it will happen. Now, I don't know the reason why it didn't happen. One of the reason I can blame it to COVID, because COVID did disrupt lives of many people. It had disrupted mine too. Everyone has affected it. You're not the only one. Okay. So and it's both personally and professionally. I know you had your setbacks, but this is the reality. Everyone has gone through that this time of the life, right? Um, so, and I know a lot of my friends who have lost their family members. Not only that, who have lost their jobs. I know a lot of them, and you probably know that too. So, my answer to you are as follows now, in my opinion. Number one, I don't know how hard you want to pursue your dream of going to Japan and do your PhD and what are the reasons behind it. I would say everything happens for good. If you are not able to get a PhD, look somewhere else. US is a better place. You can have a career over there. I know many students whom I spoke to, and I speak to a lot of them now, that have come from Japan or from Korea after finishing their PhD and staying in India and doing nothing, nothing, because there are no jobs there. There's nothing there that you can do. Okay, so remember that it's the question is what you gonna do after that is more important. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if Japan option is not working, from now prepare for plan B or plan C. Number third and most important, stop chasing something. If it's not working, it's not working. Accept it and move on. Don't feel bad about it or disheartened about it, because I will tell you the reason with my story too. Because as I said, a lot of people see if somebody has achieved something, that how happy and how easy it is. It's not easy for anybody. I had my hardships, which you don't see or anybody don't see. That is fine. Still, I have it. My learning from that hardship is, if something doesn't work, I don't chase it. I move on to something else. You understand my point? So in your brain, for a couple of weeks, think, is this something worth or not? I don't know how long you have chased this aspect of a thing, but if it's not working, move it quickly, because the quickly you move, the better it is for you. You can still see, sometimes they say hope is a good thing, but I sometimes believe hope is a really worse thing too, because what hope does, it just stuck you in a place, whether it's in a personal life or professional life, and you are like, one day that might happen, one day that might happen, and you see a email and you're like, oh, something may happen. No, it doesn't work that way. Trust me, it never works that way. The people who are successful in life are people who are dynamic. They move quickly with their personal setbacks as well as professional setbacks. And it happens to everyone. So my strong advice to you would be, stop being emotional about anything and move on quickly if it's not working. That's going to help you much more than anything. Okay. And I'm telling you a very deep thing. Not many people are going to talk about it. Trust me, this is the worst thing that can happen to anyone and leads to failures, big failures, not a small one. Because you see, all you have to do now is wait. And the more you're going to wait now, the more you're going to lose. Trust me, it's not going to help you. It may be very easily that you probably end the career you are expecting and do probably totally something else. And if you think you don't want to do it, then my advice to you would be is, quickly move on to the next phase of life. That could be number one. Okay, I have to go apply to US now and move on. And I think it's much easier for anybody to get which has a master's degree. And I saw your CV. It's not bad CV. It's a good CV. And I feel that is could be a plan B. And what is your plan C? That up to you to decide. Maybe find a job, move on. It does, this PhD shit is not working. Move on. And here is the thing. My answer to you would be, you said, what do you want to do after PhD? You said, I want to do a postdoc, this and that. I don't see a concrete answer. That's not a concrete answer. Concrete answer is to say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to get it. This is what I will become. These are the answers. And it probably because you feel very hopeless. But what I'm saying, everybody goes through that phase of life. Okay, so don't feel bad about it, that this is happening to me only or why it's happening to me. Trust me, every student I speak to, more or less going through this phase of their life, at least this point of their because of the pandemic and many other things. But my sincere advice to you would be, stop stuck at one place, move on. That's what you need right now. Okay, do you understand my point here?
Yeah, yeah, yes.
It's trust me, I'm telling you, Khalid, it is the best advice I can give it to you. I can't I my best advice is not to you is, hey, there might be 10 more scholarship apply, because you're going to do that anyway. But my best advice to you would be, is figure out the plan B or the plan C, because is the sooner you're going to figure out, the better you will be. And do this every time in your life. Doesn't matter, not now, every time. Okay, So but you know, as I say, is there are sometimes good, and good happens for a long term. If you don't get something, maybe this is something good out of, maybe next year you end up coming to US. But as I said, figure that phase out also, because you know, if you are planning to come next year in August, your applications will be due in November, so that you don't have time. Okay, so your applications will be due, everything will be shortlisted. But the good thing is that, as I told you, since you already have a master's program, you don't have to worry about that. You can apply to a PhD, and in US, PhD, if you get admission to a PhD program in US or in Canada, as I can tell you, or most of the places, in fact, these are funded programs. You don't have to pay from your pocket. Okay. I mean, as I'm gonna reiterate it again and again to you, is all you need to do, Khalid, is figure it out. What I'm gonna do next, move on. Don't be too emotional about one single thing. If it's not working out, time to move on. And you know better than me, to be honest with you. I can't judge that. You know better than whether it's a time to move on. But if my hope is, you have already been out of school for 2 years after masters, it's getting late. Time to move on. Okay. And I don't know whether your max scholarship is going to figure it out, what will happen. But my simple answer to that, like, hands down, if somebody has to do higher studies, I don't get a reason why you have to go to Japan. I still don't understand why people do that, other than like going to Japan. I mean, you can travel to Japan and spend 2 weeks and come back, if that is the case. It's simple. I mean, Japan is a beautiful place, no doubt. I mean, I loved it. I stayed there for a long, as I said, my wife has been there for 5 years. But I can tell you, every person I speak to, and they end up coming to US doing postdoc and then finding a job here. So why don't you come here directly? What's the point? I mean, what are you going to do in Japan, other than the some personal reasons that I can't comment. But that is the only that's the, to me, you know, going to Japan and then you come to a different culture. Working over there is difficult. Many things I can tell you. If you have an option, for sure. But as I said, you probably have a better chances getting a scholarship in US. So, any other question, Khalid? You have?
So, sir, how do you ask me to proceed for US? Like, I have less idea about US. How do I get
I mean,
started?
yeah, but you know, as I said, you can go online and find out how to apply for US. But in general, as I said to you, you will be applying to August 2022. Okay, your GRE and TOEFL will be due by November or December. So what I'm saying, by November, you should be done with your GRE and TOEFL. You start apply in December and January. Yeah, December, I would say December is the time where you apply. And by February, March, you will hear about your results. February, March of 2022, and February, March, April. That's where you should hear. Like February, March, April. April is the last. And then once you get your admit, this will send you a paperwork that you take to US embassy, apply your visa, and come to US. It's that simple. But right now, what you can do is start looking to professors in US who are working in an area, what area you want to choose. You know, email them as you did to professors in Japan. Same thing. And also, I will tell you one good thing about US. Because of COVID, there are universities which are waiving GRE and TOEFL score. So if you Google US universities waiving GRE and TOEFL, you will find list of universities. So you don't have to give GRE and TOEFL. So that's a good news, actually, to be honest. So look for universities which are waiving GRE and TOEFL score and allowing you to come, and then start emailing people, professors, about with your CV, with your interest, and let hear from that. Make a list of universities, and since your GRE and TOEFL score is waived, all you need to do is submit your application. If you get a good response from a professor, submit an application and go from there, and just wait. As I said, that this is a good news that there are a lot of universities which are waiving GRE and TOEFL. But make sure you have a good recommendation letter from your professors. from your universities, previous universities. Make sure those are ready, and your statement of purpose is ready, and all those things.
Okay. So statement of purpose is like an absolute must right
Yeah,
now, right?
yeah. You have to submit it with your application, your statement of purpose, your statement of purpose, your letter of recommendations. Everything goes there. So when you start an application process in any university, you will find that. But as I said, I have a video that is coming actually tomorrow and on Friday about students that are working on their they already got an admit to US and they are coming to US this fall. Just listen to them what they are saying. Actually, there's a video is going to come next week about couple 3 or 4 students that I'm talking about who have already got their admit to European universities like France, Italy, Germany. Listen to what they are saying, how to apply and whatever. So you will get an idea.
Yeah.
But what I'm
Okay.
trying to tell you is, please move on. Move on is important for you. That's the key message here. Doesn't matter. I'm not saying move on to US or move on means move on with whatever phase you are
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
through. I feel that talking to you.
Understand.
You are stuck into this um, what I don't know, what should I say, a depression or a silo. Break it, move it out. As I said, you are not the only one here. Trust me, everyone is going through that. And anybody with a sane mind who is able to break the silo and move on is going to be better for him. It's an emotional movement for everyone. Trust me, I'm fully sympathetic for you, but world doesn't work that way. Sympathy has no answers. Your work will deliver it, right? And that's how you move on. And I can tell you personally, for me, my friends, family members, everyone has gone through the worst thing that you can imagine, just like you or many others. So you know what you're going to do, move on with your life, right? I mean, what will happen if you are if you're going to blame yourself for many things, um, whether it's personal or professional? Fight and move out, right? I mean, I would tell you one story with me. You know, I graduate here from here and start working, and one day a company decided to lay off everyone. I was on roads, literally. I didn't have anything, and just imagine the horror that I was achieving. It happens to everyone. So what I did I did I fight, or did I started sulking? Of course I have to fight. What I'm going to achieve? So my answer to you would be the 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 only way you can get out from this room is you fighting. That's all. Okay. And my best wishes to you. And as I said, I saw your CV. You have done a good job, and hope this is what you're going to come out. So keep faith in yourself. Keep fighting. But at the same time, make sure you have a plan A, B, C. If I was you, I will put on a paper plan A, plan B, plan C. Okay, if I apply to US, if it doesn't work out, what I'm going to do? Make the plan for that too, right? And as I said, stop chasing if something is not working. It's very simple. And you will, in your heart, trust me, what happens is many times our brain don't comprehend with what is happening. We don't believe it, but we know what's going on. Like we are thinking, no, it will happen, but we know inside it's not going to work out. If you know in your heart that it's not going to work out, forget your brain telling you, no, no, don't believe on that. Yeah, believe it and move out. What else, Khalid?
So because I
Yeah,
have
and
been
yeah, and as I said to you, my talking to you, my aim, I was not prepared what we're gonna talk, but I am glad that you spoke, because you are the one who needs more help than anyone. It's not just about telling you what scholarship you should apply or what. It's much more than that, actually. And I can sense that you need a career counseling at this point of time, where you need that sort of an help. So work on it. I think you will come out in a flying colors. You will have no problem.
thank you
Okay. Yeah, yeah. As I said, your CV is fine. You're doing fine. You're just probably that your things got mixed in your life, and that's happened. But what you gonna do? So move it out.
See, I couldn't find anyone like here to so yeah, like actually guide me. I think you know pretty well here the situation here in India.
Hmm.
No, it's everywhere is the same thing. It's not just India. I mean, let me tell you, it's not just India. Look at what's happening in Middle East. Look at what's happening in Korea right now. Look at what's happening in Philippines right now. Look at what happened in Indonesia, Bangladesh. Whether see, here's the thing: whether anything is happening politically, geopolitically, personally, professionally, trust me, if you are alive and have a food in your table and have a roof and your fan is working, you are in a much better situation. Stop blaming yourself about many reasons that you have nothing to do. Okay, one of the best reasons that everybody does it, they blames their problems to whatever happening in the world. It doesn't work that way, you know. So trust me, if your light is on, your fan is on, which I can see, and you're alive, it looks like you're having good food, that means you're in a really good situation, because there are many people who don't have that, even in US. You think everybody lives here in a happy way? No. Look at the homeless people. They have nothing to eat, nothing to sleep. So my point here is, stop blaming yourself, move on, work. Okay. um, if you are not in this world to make this world a beautiful place, first make beautiful for yourself, and then you can make beautiful out. Okay, so do good to yourself, and then you can do good to somebody else.
Yeah,
And stop sulking. It doesn't work. The more you're gonna sulk, the worse you're gonna do to yourself, because there are many people, many brave people came in this world and died and had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Yes, that's true.
Exactly. So, stop sulking, stop blaming yourself, stop blaming the world, whatever it is, fix your thing. There is a saying called, if you are not feeling good, you inside in your heart, then you think whole world is dying. But if you are feeling good inside yourself, and trust me, everything you will look at in a totally different perspective. So you need to feel good for yourself first, and then you will find it out. The whole world is beautiful. Okay, good. Enough
So,
of Gyan now.
so
Yeah,
is it okay, sir, if I like I need any other help, if I can kind of like get back to you anytime, like it's okay with you?
yeah. As I said to you, I talk to a lot of students. I get a lot of emails. So many, maybe I'm not be able to talk to you, but I would really like you to work on yourself first. So here's the thing: there are two types of students that's come to you. One, they say, you give them A, B, C, D, and they do A, B, and they say, what should I do next? You really like students who do A, B, and then they come with C, D on their own, and they say, what should I do next? That's what I like to do here. I want you to do on your own and say, hey, what should I do? I don't like emails where people say, can I find a job? Can you give me a job? Can you help me? No, it doesn't work that way. World doesn't work that way. You understand? I like to help people who says, you know, I'm trying to solve this problem. Here is the three answers, but still I'm stuck. I'm like, okay, give it to me. You understand? I don't like the students who say, or nobody likes it, but they say, hey, can you tell me the answer of this question? It doesn't work that way, Khalid. It never works that way. You need to fix it first. You have Nobody's gonna help you if you're gonna just lay down and do nothing. Show the progress, show something, and show the results. Even the failures doesn't matter. I didn't say you are success. I said, here it did I do, here I didn't work, right? I didn't say that you show me success. Here are the three ways. Yeah, there has to be a hustle there. And then I say, okay, yeah, dude, this guy did, and then let's help. So as I already told you, you have to hustle, you have to work out, show me the answer, show me the what you did, and then definitely we can talk more about it. Okay, but I
Absolutely, sir.
can tell you, if you hustle, you won't need me.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good talking, Khalid. I had to leave, but as I told you, um, good things about you is you're willing to work. Your CV is really good. All you are is stuck into some situation which is very difficult for you to speak probably, or you don't want to talk, that's fine. But I do see that you're stuck in personally or professionally. Move out. First, you need to move out and work hard on that moving out part. Stop blaming the world, the God, the fire, the earth, doesn't matter. It's you who have to work it out. Okay. And I can tell you one thing, Khalid, whether no matter what country you are living in, no matter what religion you belong, no matter what your economic situation is, everywhere people have been affected about many things, personally, professionally, whatever. But the only person who gets out from it are the people who fight for it. You need to fight. I feel you're losing that fight. Come out, be strong, fight. Okay. By law of nature, if a deer doesn't run, a lion will eat him. That's the nature. Okay. So you need to run. Good,
Yes.
Khalid.
Yeah.
Nice
Thank you
talking
so
to you,
much, sir.
man. And yeah, not a problem. As I said, you're fine, and everything will work out for you if you help yourself. Okay, and we'll
Okay,
talk
sir.
again. Yeah, bye.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem.